She snapped, "If you can't trust me, maybe you should just go." I answered, "That's the first real thing you've admitted tonight." When she eventually came home to find my half of the closet bare, the silence inside those walls screamed louder than my voice ever could. I'm 31, male, and I walked out of the home I shared with my fiancé 3 nights ago. She still doesn't know. She's been away on a business trip since Thursday. She's due back tomorrow, and when she walks inside, she's going to step into a half-empty house that will say everything she needs to hear about where our relationship stands. Let's backtrack. Rachel, 29, and I have been together for 5 years, engaged for 1. 2 years ago, we bought a house together. Well, technically, I bought it. My credit was stronger. I had the down payment saved, but it was supposed to be our shared space. She contributed by paying me rent that covered roughly 1/3 of the mortgage. Rachel worked in pharmaceutical sales. Good salary, frequent travel, endless client dinners. I'm an electrician. Steady job, home by 6 p.m. most nights. On paper, it worked perfectly. Or at least, I thought it did. The first warning sign was subtle. Roughly 6 months back, she started acting strange with her phone. We'd always been transparent, knew each other's passcodes, occasionally answered calls for one another if the other was busy, no secrecy. Suddenly, she changed her code and angled the screen away whenever she typed. When I asked why, she claimed her company had new security rules because of sensitive client data. Made sense, so I brushed it off. I'm not a jealous guy. Then the trips began stacking up. Her position always required some travel, maybe once every couple of months. But starting in January, they multiplied. Now she had conferences practically every other week, late-night sales meetings, dinners that stretched into drinks, crashing at a colleague's place because she was too tired to drive back. Still, I trusted her. We were organizing a wedding, searching for venues, discussing children. Why wouldn't I? But last month, things grew stranger. She'd returned from these trips, looking drained but strangely radiant. For a day, she'd shower me with affection, then slip back into distance. Criticisms began piling on. My dishwasher loading were wrong. My boots were too dirty. I spent too much time with my friends. Nothing I did was right anymore. Then came Thursday. She was packing for another so-called conference, this time in a city 2 hours away. I was helping her fold clothes when I noticed something off. "That's new," I said, holding up a sleek black dress, far more revealing than anything she'd worn for work. "Oh, that's for the cocktail reception," she said quickly, snatching it from my hands. "Which hotel is hosting again?" I asked casually. She froze, just briefly. "The Marriott, downtown." Here's the problem. My buddy Lewis, also an electrician, had just finished a contract at that exact Marriott. The conference wing had been shut down for renovation for weeks, scheduled to reopen next month. He'd been grumbling about it nonstop. So how could her conference be there? Her face stiffened. "What renovations?" I explained. Lewis's company had been rewiring the entire conference center. It had been closed 3 weeks already. "Must be a different Marriott," she muttered. "There's only one downtown," I counted. And that's when she exploded. Full-on fury. "If you don't trust me, maybe you should just leave. I'm tired of these interrogations every time I travel. You knew what my job was." "Rachel, I just asked which hotel." "No, you're accusing me of lying. This is why I need space. You're clingy and paranoid." I studied her, flushed face, shaking hands, vibrating with anger over a simple hotel question. "You're right," I said quietly. "That's the first honest thing you've said all night." She blinked. "What?" "Maybe I should leave." Her eyes widened. "That's not what I meant." "No, you're right. If I don't trust you, I should go. And Rachel, I don't." The rage drained from her face. "Babe, I'm sorry. I'm just stressed about the presentation." "What presentation? For which client?" At which hotel? Silence. Have a good trip, I said, and walked out. The next morning, she left for her conference. Texted later. Sorry about last night. We'll talk Sunday. Love you. I didn't answer. I'd already decided. Update 1. So, I moved out while she was gone. Before anyone says anything, yes, I know it's legally my house. But there's strategy here. Friday morning, I called in sick. Then phoned my brother Diego, who manages a storage company and owns a truck. Told him everything. He'd never liked Rachel. Said she was condescending at family dinners. He showed up ready to help. While packing, I uncovered a few gems. A discarded credit card bill with charges from local restaurants. On night she was supposedly away. A receipt for laundry I'd never seen. And in her jewelry box, a man's luxury watch. Not mine. But here's the twist. Remember how she paid me rent? I'd been saving every dollar into a side account since day one. Originally for our wedding. Or maybe a honeymoon upgrade. Now, my Rachel reality check fund. I only took personal belongings, clothes, tools, essentials. Left the furniture, but I did a few things first. Installed security cameras, my house, my right. Changed my work emergency contact from her to Diego. Removed her as beneficiary from my insurance and 401k. Canceled the wedding venue reservation in my name, my card. Saved screenshots of every suspicious item. Moved into Diego's spare room. Then I waited. Sunday, the cameras pinged at 6:23 p.m. Rachel returned, phone in hand, completely oblivious. At 6:31 p.m., the text began. Where are you? Your truck's gone. At home depot. Where are your clothes? Then the calls. I ignored them. Dozens came in. Finally, I texted once. You told me if I didn't trust you, I should leave. I don't. So I did. My phone went wild. Calls, texts, pleading, yelling, threats. When I turned it off, I had 73 messages and 28 missed calls. My favorite text. You can't just leave. We have a mortgage. We're getting married. Adults don't run away. Funny, this from someone running away to fake conferences. Update 2. Monday at work, my foreman said, some lady called the office for you. Said it was urgent. Rachel, of course. Later, she appeared at the job site. Heels, skirt, strutting through mud and wires. Every crew member stared. Alex, we need to talk. I'm working. I drove all the way here. That's your problem. Hard hat zone. Leave. Don't dismiss me. You disappeared. Move out without saying anything. I told you I didn't trust you. That was saying something. She begged for privacy. I refused. My foreman, Big Mike, 6 feet 4 inches, 280 pounds. Walked over. You need to exit the site. Safety rules. She stumped her foot like a child, but she left. That night, Diego showed me her social media posts. She'd flipped victim. Mode, vague posts about 5 years wasted and trust issues. Some people comforted her. I left one comment. Weird how the hotel you stayed at was closed for renovations. Magic. She deleted it within minutes. Tuesday, she tried apologizing. Showed up at Diego's apartment, crying. Diego refused to open the door. Filmed her on the Ring camera. She sobbed. About therapy, second chances, not throwing away 5 years. Diego told her to leave before he called the cops. She yelled, "This is kidnapping." We laughed so hard we almost choked. Wednesday, I got a text from an unknown number. Hi, this is Garrett. We need to talk about Rachel. Final update. Garrett. Turns out, he's a sales rep too. Early 30s, exhausted. Met me at a coffee shop. He recognized me from Rachel's old Instagram photos. Guess you figured it out, he said. The fake conferences. He gave a bitter laugh. She told me she was separated. Said you why. Selling the house, just waiting to close. We've been together since January. I nearly laughed in disbelief. We got engaged last year. 6 months she'd been running this double life. Conferences with him. Wedding plans with me. She even created fake real estate listings to show him the house was on the market. She's at my place right now, he admitted. What? Yeah. Showed up crying about her abusive ex who locked her out. I let her stay. Then I saw her Facebook post, put 2 and 2 together. I showed him security footage of her waltzing into my house Sunday, spending hours inside before texting me about being locked out. His jaw dropped. Later that night, Rachel went ballistic. Messages about shooing me, claiming half the house, screaming voicemails. You think you've won? I'll take everything. I replied once. Your rent payments are untouched in a separate account. I'll give you a cashier's check for the full $21,600. The deed, mortgage, utilities, all in my name. You have no claim. You have 30 days to collect your stuff. From now on, contact me only through an attorney. Then I blocked her, changed the locks for real, box her belongings in the garage, sent her friend Megan the code with a message. She has 30 days before it's all donated. Meanwhile, Garrett texted, Rachel left his place too, along with his watch, and some mysterious credit card charges. Some people never change. As for me, I'm in my house, sipping a beer, surrounded by echoes. But the silence doesn't sting anymore. It hums with peace, with freedom.